Indians welcome the defending world champion Kansas City Royals to Goodyear. Tribe starters have been solid all spring in one of the big three. Danny Salazar will toe the rubber for the Tribe next on Sports Time Ohio. League baseball this afternoon as the Tribe plays host to their Central Division rivals, the Kansas City Royals. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. The 90-degree temperatures have been replaced by more mild temperatures, a little more breezy today, so we might see a lot of offensive action. And for the Cleveland Indians in the lineup today is Marlon Byrd. At 38 years old, you forget that when he made his major league debut, Charlie Manuel was still the manager of the Tribe. The Anaheim Angels were world champions of baseball, and Tom Brady had just won his first Super Bowl.
Wow, you're going back a ways. But a late sign for the Indians. Marlon Byrd supposed to play the outfield, but you can see he's averaged over 140 games the last 3 years, 20 home runs every year. He's driven in some runs. That's exactly what the Indians are looking for, that type of production. Now, he has an out-and-out contract, and there's only about a week or so left. So he came out and had a couple hits the other day. He'll be ready to go.
Yeah, and even though it was a late sign, he still has a very good opportunity to make this ball club coming out of spring training. Indians and the Kansas City Royals, the first of many meetings between these two clubs in the 2016 campaign, and the first pitch from the Rocket Man, Danny Salazar, is coming up next. Beautiful afternoon here in Goodyear, Arizona. And it has been an extremely warm and dry spring here at Cactus League play. But yesterday, breeze moved in, cooled the temperatures off a little bit. Instead of the 90-degree temperatures, we're going to be about in the mid-70s this afternoon at game time as the Indians take the field behind right-hander Danny Salazar. Tribe comes in on the spring 10 wins, 10 losses, couple of ties. Kansas City 11 wins, and 13 losses. Of course, as we know, all of that means little or nothing, other than the fact that both managers, Terry Francona and Ned Yost, will tell you that anytime you're playing, you take the field, you'd like to win. You'd like to win more than you lose. Here's the Kansas City batting order. Alcides Escobar in the leadoff spot, followed by left-handed hitter Mike Moustakas, switch hitting Kendry Morales. What a difference maker he was a year ago. Alex Gordon, staying in Kansas City, will bat cleanup. Salvador Perez, the catcher, hits fifth. Paulo Orlando in center will bat sixth. Raymond Fuentes, a right fielder, hits seventh. Cody Decker will DH in bat eighth, and Christian Colon will hit ninth.
Danny Salazar making his fifth spring start this year, a record of 1-1, an ERA of 5.54, a 14-game winner last year. But this spring, in his he's given up 11 hits in his 13 innings, 18 strikeouts. So, you know, these guys are tuning it up. A couple more starts to go before they get ready. So he'll go out there and give it his all against a team that he's going to see many times this year. Let's set the defense behind him this afternoon. It'll look like this. Venable in left, Naquin in center, Bird over in right, Uribe at third, Lindor at short, Kipnis is at second, Santana at first, Perez doing the catching.
Carlos Torres will call the balls and strikes this afternoon. Alternating on the bases will be Jim Wolf, Tom Woodring, and Anthony Johnson. We're ready to go here in Goodyear as Alcides Escobar stands in for Kansas City. Danny Salazar, as Rick told you, trying to tune things up in anticipation of what many believe has the potential for a very big year for Danny Salazar. And look, let's not forget that a year ago he was a 14-game winner, as that first pitch is fouled back out of play. And Rick, people tend to forget how hard it is to win 14 games in the big leagues for a starting pitcher.
Let's go back 1 year, and the thing of it is he was vying for a number 5 spot in the rotation. Didn't even make the club coming out of spring training and won 14 games.
Yeah,
they wanted him to make that ball club. He did not. He pitched his way off the team more than he did pitch his way on it. He comes up early after McAllister made one start and wins 14 games.
And at times last year there were games where he looked just flat out unhittable. The 0-2. And Escobar pops one in the air. Santana into foul territory, and Carlos makes the catch near the Indians dugout for out number 1. Check out our storylines for this afternoon's ball game. Carlos Santana, who just made the play over there in foul ground. What will his role be for the ball club this year? And is this a big year for Carlos Carrasco? And certainly has the potential for that. Carlos Santana. We'll hear from Carlos later in the game. Once he leaves the contest, he's expected to join us down in the dugout. Meanwhile, Mike Moustakas steps to the plate. Moustakas, one of the core players on this Royals club that captured the World Championship a year ago. His numbers you see there, 284 with 22 homers. And he's had a very good spring at the plate, batting at a 382 clip. When Salazar misses outside, it's 1-1.
Well, you remember Moustakas last year. When we faced him early, he started to use the whole field and started to hit the ball to left field, and that average started to climb. Towards the end of the year, he got a little pull happy, and it changed. But when this guy uses the whole field, he's going to be a much higher average hitter, as most hitters will.
Francisco Lindor takes care of Moustakas for out number 2.
You can see Moustakas last year almost a third of the time going to left field, 50 to center, 58 to right, and still has power. But he'll hit for a higher average when he can continue to go to left.
Speaking of power, Kendry Morales provided plenty of that for Kansas City last year. Terrific free agent pickup for the Royals as he swings and fouls the first pitch off from Danny Salazar. Morales, a switch hitter, belted 22 home runs, drove in 106, and also added 41 doubles to the mix for Kansas City.
Really stabilized the middle part of that lineup last year. The switch hitter in the number 4 hole behind Hosmer took a lot of pressure off some of the younger Kansas City hitters.
Rick, last year Kansas City hit 139 home runs as a team. And while that was still dead last in the American League, it was up from 95 home runs the previous year, which was dead last in all of baseball.
Right. That's not an easy park to hit it out of where they play their home games.
One-hop smash, and with the shift on, Jason Kipnis makes the play from short right field. And the Royals go 1-2-3. A strong start for Danny Salazar. Kansas City coming to bat when we come back.
And during this event,
Plenty of sunshine, not a cloud in sight on this afternoon as folks are taking advantage in the outfield grass area. Indians come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning, and Carlos Santana once again will serve as the leadoff man for Terry Francona's club this afternoon. The switch hitter followed by Francisco Lindor, then Jason Kipnis hitting third. Mike Napoli, Will Venable, Marlon Byrd occupy the middle third. Then it's Juan Uribe, Tyler Naquin making a strong bid to make this club, and then Roberto Perez batting ninth.
Chris Medlin making the start, probably the number 5 starter for Kansas City. He's a 3-pitch guy. He throws the fastball about 91 to 94. He's got a good curveball, and the changeup is his bread and butter pitch. Coming off of surgery, but you can see 8 starts last year, 6-2 record. Can be very effective. Control is his game.
A little bit low, ball one. Carlos Santana leading off for the second time this spring. It's something that Terry Francona admitted earlier in camp, that he had at least thought about the prospect of maybe batting Santana in the leadoff spot. But he said even this morning he reiterated that he hasn't even broached the subject with Santana. So it's not something that necessarily is a possibility, but it's something that he has at least tinkered with or thought about.
You know, people put too much of an emphasis on leading off. It happens once a game where you come up and you're the first hitter. It's no big deal. He's going to get more at bats. So if he's swinging a hot bat and he takes a lot of pitches and he gets on base a lot, there's nothing wrong with it. But it's more of a mental thing as a player, and Santana's never been a leadoff hitter. So he has to, I think, accept it. That's why Terry's talking about he's going to have to talk to him about that.
Coming off a year in which he drove in 85 runs, I guess, Rick, the counter argument would be if you consider him to be an RBI man, you'd want to bat him in front of your better hitters where he has a chance to drive in runs.
Well, if he gets on base, then he can score more than he drives in. If you have some guys that can swing the bat in the middle part of the lineup.
And the Indians certainly feel like this year they have more pieces to make that happen. The addition of a guy like Mike Napoli, a healthy Yan Gomes, should give the Indians more RBI people in the middle of that line.
You got Bird. If he's going to make this ball club, he can drive in some runs. Maybe Uribe.
Santana was smashed by a diving Morales. Colon, the second baseman, with a terrific play. And the outfield shift takes a hit away from Santana. I say outfield because you don't normally see the infield going to the outfield that deep. But watch where Colon is when he makes this play on Carlos Santana.
Done to perfection. You see Morales trying to make the play. He just misses it. And then Colon makes a beautiful play. I mean, that's a highlight play. But I'll tell you one thing. If Hosmer was at first, that would have been a 3-1 putout because he's left-handed, and it would have been an easier play. Think about it.
Yeah, we didn't see Kenry Morales play a whole lot of first base last year because Hosmer is your everyday first baseman. Francisco Lindor takes low, ball one. Lindor trying to build off a fantastic rookie season. From a work standpoint, he's done everything that Terry Francona could have expected, and even more so in this camp. There has been no big league-itis, if you will, from Francisco Lindor.
He's too smart of a kid to let that happen. He's a hard worker. He's great personality. Is infectious around the team.
He tees off and hammers this one to deep right field. Forget about it. It's a long gone. Into the party deck, and the Indians will play from in front as they take a 1-0 lead on Lindor's first home run of the spring.
Well, he's going to get a fastball that he likes. He's trying to sneak a fastball by him right there inside, about belt high. And you can see the quick hands from Lindor. Smoked it, no doubt about it. Indians will play from in front. That's always nice to get one home run in spring, you know, before you leave here, just to make sure you can still trot around the bases.
Jason Kipnis has had a couple of home runs already on the spring. A year ago, that .303 average, but 43 doubles, second only to teammate Michael Brantley in that category. Now the 0-2. Hammered to deep center. Back is Orlando. Still going back. He's at the wall. Goodbye. It's over the yellow line. And the Indians have back-to-back home runs here in the first. Kipnis with his third blast of the spring. And the Indians jump to a 2-0 lead.
Well, Kipnis hit that ball very well. And that may be an Arizona light air home run, but he hit it a long way, straightaway center. Again, it's a fastball. This one was supposed to have some sink to it, but it stayed flat on a plane, and Kipnis just drove it, and it gets over the yellow line. So the Indians come out with back-to-back homers here in the bottom half of the first inning.
So now with one out, Mike Napoli steps in. And he takes a called strike. Napoli has had a fantastic spring at the plate. So far in Cactus League play, Napoli has batted .467 with 3 homers and 11 runs batted in. But Napoli, like so many other Cleveland Indians players, missed a little time with the flu bug that has just simply run rampant through this club, and so much so that Terry Francona said he's never seen anything like it, and he's been around the game a long time.
It's easier to tell you the people who have not had it.
Yeah. Terry said it's a scary thought when I'm the healthiest guy around here. Napoli checks. It's a little bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the first, and the Indians leading it 2-0. In fact, Yan Gomes was the latest Indians player to fall victim to the flu. He was sent home this morning. Chopper to third. Moustakas backs up. Fires it across, and there are 2 away. Well, you may notice that Michael Brantley is not in the lineup this afternoon, even with an off day yesterday. Let's go down to Andre Knott with what has become a very crowded scenario in the Indians outfield.
A very crowded scenario in the outfield situation, and with Marlon Byrd here, being here only a week, guys, it's going to be hard for him to make the team, is what Tito Francona told us earlier last week. But he comes out on Saturday, hit 2 doubles, and he told me, he's like, I'm just going to relax and rely on the mechanics that I've known my whole career. Venable, who's up to bat now, says, look, I have to use my athletic ability to make this team. So it'll be very interesting to see how this goes. Brantley's expected back in the lineup, though, on Friday.
You know, and what Terry reiterated is that Brantley is still way ahead of schedule, even though they're giving him a couple of days off.
Ball's popped foul, but out of play.
You know, they didn't expect him there to begin with, and it's up to Michael as well. So, you know, coming into camp, I just figured, okay, Michael's going to start on the DL. Anything before that is a bonus.
Rick, he comes back, and in his first game of the spring, he throws out a runner at home plate from left field. Then he hits a home run to straightaway center field, and everybody's thinking, myself included, well, he's ready to go.
Yeah, let's just write his name in. It doesn't work that way because there are setbacks along the way, even if you're ahead of schedule like Michael is.
And to be fair, he has not had any setbacks to this point, and I'm not sure that we would consider this a setback in any way. It's just Terry Francona said the shoulder hasn't necessarily bounced back here in the last couple of days like Michael would have liked to have had it, and so they're just going to give him a couple of extra days. This still isn't a sign that he's not going to be ready to go opening day. That still could very well happen, but they're being cautious, as well they should be.
Well, and the reason being, if Michael doesn't start the year with this team and he starts on the DL, well, then you're going to have to take an extra outfielder with you. That's what the bottom line is, because no one guy can play left field. It'll end up being a platoon situation.
Yep. That's what Terry told me today. So we don't have a scenario in which one player can take his spot. So Venable takes his base as he draws a 2-out walk to keep the inning alive for Marlon Byrd. Andre, I know you had a lengthy conversation with Marlon Byrd, and at 38 years old, you know, he came to camp looking like he was 28 maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. He takes care of his body. That's one thing he told me. He doesn't eat eggs, doesn't eat dairy. But the other thing he told me, he was working out with the junior college team in California. And he said he was basically working on nothing but a slider machine. And he said it got to the point, guys, where he started looking at spring break with his kids. And he said, maybe this is my time. But he said if he did get the call, he was going to be ready. And I tell you what, the swings he took 2 days ago, you wouldn't have known that he wasn't here at the end of February. He looked like a guy that's been here for a long time. But as Terry Francona told me, he goes, look, you don't hit 23 home runs and drive in 75 RBI every year for nothing.
You know, and the two pitches he hit, the doubles, one was up that he was able to get on top of, and one was down. And he's got a very short swing. You can see where he holds his hands just a little bit above the belt. Not much of a stride, but he gets the barrel head of that bat for being 38. It's still quick.
Well, and you've got 37-year-old Juan Uribe on deck. Both of those guys, they take what you would like to consider vicious hacks when they get in the box. They're not feeling for it.
Well, no reason to feel for it.
Yeah, Terry just said the other day, it's going to be very tough. It's going to be a tough decision at the end of camp, which is only less than a week away now. Foul out of play.
Well, and a couple things come into play here, too, when you're talking about the outfield. We haven't even mentioned Chisenhall. He's had setbacks. He's had a bad spring. And here's a guy that's supposed to play right field, at least in the platoon situation. The way you see it now, if Michael's not on the team, it would be this guy, I would think, in right field along with Chisenhall.
Yeah,
because Lonnie hasn't proven he's ready yet.
And he's had a little setback with the forearm strain. Bird down swinging. And the inning is over, but the Indians make some noise in the first. Back-to-back jacks. Francisco Lindor and Jason Kipnis go deep. 2-0 Cleveland. Cleveland on top 2-0 as we go to the second inning here in Goodyear. For the Royals, Alex Gordon to lead it off. Danny Salazar worked a 1-2-3 first inning. A couple of pop-ups and a ground ball out. Alex Gordon swings at the first pitch, sends a towering pop in a shallow left. Lindor called off by Venable, and there is one away.
Well, live Indians baseball is back in 2016 with MLB.com at bat on your smartphone or tablet. You can stay connected with live radio broadcasts, stats, breaking news, and more. Download the #1 app for live baseball. That is MLB.com at bat.
Salvador Perez takes a fastball for strike one. Perez, the leader on this Kansas City club, and at 6'3", 250 pounds, he is one of the bigger catchers in Major League Baseball. Does a terrific job of being durable, and being productive.
I was going to say one of the more durable ones, and you know that's a position that it usually takes its toll. And they just restructured his contract. They had him to a really friendly deal, which they just restructured here in the last few weeks.
Well, Perez was the unanimous choice for World Series MVP honors. The 7th catcher to win the MVP in the Fall Classic, the first since Pat Borders in 1992 with Toronto. But he was terrific, and now he's played in 12 World Series games, and he's hit .348 with 3 doubles, a homer, and 6 runs batted in. He's hit in 10 out of the 12 World Series games that he's played in.
Well, big time player. Tremendous catcher, receiver wise, and look at this. When he starts doing that, finds a way to put the ball in play. He first came up, he was so aggressive. But you get to 2 strikes. He didn't try and do too much. You put the bat on a ball, good things happen. That was a good pitch by Salazar. Look at that swing. That's just protect. But when you get to 2 strikes, you'd love to see more players do that.
Here is Paulo Orlando. Orlando spent 9 full seasons in the minor leagues. That'll test your patience, your perseverance. But last year he made his first opening day roster, and in his rookie year appeared in 86 games for Kansas City, batting .249. High fastball, can't catch up to that, and it's 1-1. Checked the swing, but he went around. And home plate umpire Torres raises the right hand. A ball and 2 strikes.
Well, you take a look at this pitch. He followed it up with a good changeup down, the high fastball, and he could not check his swing.
Ground ball, Taylor made double play ball, but it hits off the chest of Lindor. They get the force at second on Perez, and there are 2 down in the inning.
Well, normally a double play ball if Frankie catches it cleanly, but when you have Perez running, there's no hurry. He had plenty of time to get the lead out at second base. So you get a force out. It's 2 down now, but it keeps the inning going.
So with 2 away, it'll bring up Raymond Fuentes. And the ball gets away from Santana, but staying put at first is Orlando. So a couple of back-to-back plays by the defense here, a little on the sloppy side. You know, you look at that play that Lindor tried to make it short. Fundamentally, it looked like he did everything right. He's in front of the ball. He's watching it all the way in. Just didn't come up with it cleanly.
Well, yeah, you have to catch it. See, he was right down. I don't know if that ball took a bigger hop than he thought was going to take, or it might have went off the heel of his glove. But the bottom line, at least you get an out.
Pitch to Fuentes is a little bit high. Raymond Fuentes has 23 games of big league experience. That came with the Padres back in 2013. He came over from San Diego in a trade for left-hander Kyle Barch after the 2014 campaign. 1-1 pitch up high, 2 balls and a strike.
But Kansas City must have cornered the market on left-handers, because didn't they send 3 left-handed pitchers to Cincinnati in that deal for Cueto last year? They sent 3 left-handers there. They acquire this guy for a left-handed pitcher.
You deal from a position of strength, isn't that what they always say?
Yes, they do. They had a bunch of lefties.
Throw to first, back safely is Orlando. For Danny Salazar, mentioned before, building off a tremendous campaign a season ago. For me, Rick, the last hurdle he has to clear on his way to becoming maybe perhaps an elite pitcher in baseball is just finding that level of consistency every 5 days.
Well,
and it's hard to say that as a knock against him, because, as I said before, winning 14 games is nothing to sneeze at the major league level. But it just seemed at times last year he wasn't the same guy every 5 days.
That's a learning process. That comes with experience, and you have to go out and make your starts. He still has a lot to learn. His stuff is great. He's got a good fastball. He's got probably 3 above average pitches. Now he has to find a consistent level. He's got to refine his mechanics. Sometimes he goes out there and fights himself. And this is spring training, so it's hard to say, you know, you can do it here. But once the season starts, you see them as they grow. They get older. Kluber, look at, I mean, Salazar's a lot younger than him, than Carrasco. So, you know, he has some time. But, boy, he's around people that he can learn from.
Well, and again, Salazar, Kluber, Carrasco, those 3 in particular, to take nothing away from the rest of the rotation, but those 3 guys have, well, what you can't teach, which is swing and miss stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the strikeouts, those guys. The 195 for Salazar last year.
Up the middle, and a seeing eye single. And Orlando got a horrible read, and he has to stay at second base. Should have easily been on third base, but he stopped once the ball got through the infield.
He didn't pick up the baseball. He thinks one of the defenders knocked it down. Maybe Lindor or something, or he would have been on third base. So, I mean, first and second. Again, now this inning continues.
The batter will be Cody Decker, serving as the DH. And a wild swing and a miss.
See, last year, I think Danny came back and really matured a lot, because he would, here you go, he's a fastball pitcher, and he starts hitters out with a changeup first pitch. And then last year we saw him incorporate that breaking ball, where he picked up a little more confidence. So now he believes he has 3 quality pitches, which he does, that he can throw at any time. And he comes right back, and he may be a fastball pitcher, and these guys are sitting on his fastball. But here you go. Watch this one. This is going to be another changeup, but he has that split change, or like a fork ball, that it goes, a lot of times we think it could be a slider, but it's not.
He doesn't have that traditional changeup action all the time.
No, he does not. Depending on the grip on the fingers, the pressure points on the baseball. But for Danny, every year is going to get hopefully better and better. Now, it may not in terms of wins and losses, because there you have to be a little lucky on how long you pitch, and you've got to give your guys, you know, some offense, or your offense has to be there, and a number of factors involved. But if he can go out there and improve his innings every year, and that should help his starts, and obviously he's going to be a big help to this ball club, to this team.
That ball was a good 4 feet in front of home plate. Good block by Roberto Perez. As a catcher, when you get a ball that lands that far out in front of home plate, you really have no idea which way it might bounce. You're hoping it bounces right into you.
Well, Perez is a good receiver in his own right when he gets an opportunity to play, when Gomes is not in there.
Really is a luxury of sorts for the Indians to have two very good catchers.
Well, catch and throw guy, because he threw out more base runners than Gomes did last year. His percentage was right up there in the league.
The 2-2. And he just got a piece of it. Decker stays alive. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out. Indians leading 2-0. All in inning number 2. And that's low and away, so a full count will mean the runners get a head start on the next pitch.
Well, it's been a steady diet of changeups for the most part in this at-bat. See what he comes to on the 3-2 count.
Paulo Orlando, good speed at second base. Raymond Fuentes, an outfielder by trade at first. They take off, and the 3-2 is low. And the first walk issued by Salazar loads the bases.
Well, he didn't give in there. He went with a changeup. They must know the scouting report, but his fastball's good enough to throw it.
Well, either that, or it's a situation where he really wants to work on that particular pitch. Now, some guys have different philosophies. Corey Kluber, for example, says, I like to use my side sessions if I'm going to work on a pitch. When I get between the lines, even in an exhibition game, I want to execute all of my pitches. I'm not going to just throw fastballs or throw breaking balls. You remember as a hitter in a spring training sequence where you could tell a guy was working on a particular pitch, so to give you a chance to just sit on something?
No, you'd always look fastball in a situation like that. 3-2. In fact, I think Salazar has a good one. He threw him enough changeups to get a feel for that pitch. I mean, a steady diet. Let's go. You're down in the middle, bottom part of the lineup. You got to throw a fastball. You don't want to walk him.
Christian Colon batting ninth. And now it's 2-0.
And he's overthrowing the ball. And that at bat, he let him back, so Perez wants to go talk to him. And we saw this in a start earlier this spring, where he was way out of whack with his mechanics in the first inning, and he was almost at his pitch limit. But they sent him back out in the second inning, and he struck out the side, and he got a feel for it. So again, it's all mechanical now. And it's still early. I mean, it's spring training, and you're trying to get these guys to 100 pitches before they leave camp to get them ready for the season. But you've got to get your bread and butter down, and that's his fastball.
To be fair, he should have been out of the inning with a double play ball that wasn't made. This will get him out of the inning as Marlon Byrd puts the squeeze on it in right field, and the Royals leave him loaded. Middle of the second, Cleveland 2, Kansas City 0. Our score as we go to the bottom of the second is the Indians 2, the Royals nothing. Bottom third of the Cleveland lineup due up here. It'll be Juan Uribe, Tyler Naquin, and Roberto Perez. Uribe, 37 years old, a career .256 hitter. Last year, combined, he had 14 homers, drove in 43, had 17 doubles. He's one of those players that he's always maintained a very effective line drive swing approach. And when he makes contact, he stings the ball off his bat.
He never leaves anything in the bag because he swings as hard as you can. You know, some people take a little off maybe to put the ball in play. That's not part of Uribe's game. Never has been. Because he searches the fastball.
Pitch low and away.
You're going to see him see a lot of breaking balls and changeups this year.
Well, I was about ready to bring in our man Andre Knott down there in the dugout, but he's busy. He's trying to find gloves to keep he and Brian Shaw safe from incoming fastballs or foul balls down there in the Indians dugout. Uribe cuts and misses. It's in the dirt. That's out number one. Down to Andre we go. Are you ready now?
Yeah, we're ready. We're good to go. I had to need a headset. You're just going to talk to me. What's this spring training been like for you?
Spring training's always fun. I mean, you guys, like right now, you know, flicking season guys, you know, some guys are trying to get ready for, you know, trying to get game ready. You know, you got cups of water being thrown at each other. You know, it's all fun and games. You know, it's enjoyable.
Last spring, you were working on a couple other pitches and didn't work out well for you in the spring. This spring, you've kind of changed your tune to get ready for the season. What have you done differently?
Yeah, you know, obviously last year we were trying to work on that sinker, trying to get something to complement, you know, the rest of the pitches that I had. This year, obviously, you know, we realized last year that wasn't going to work, so, you know, we kind of changed that up a little bit. And then, you know, we just went on from there, you know, so it's a little easier to get ready for.
Tyler Naquin gets into one to deep center field, and I mean he smoked it for a solo homer. The Indians' third round tripper of the afternoon. They lead it 3-zip. Andre Brian Shaw called it off the bat. Well tagged by Naquin.
Yeah, he did call it off the bat. What have you thought about Tyler Naquin this spring so far?
I mean, you know, I've only seen it a few times I've been out here, but, you know, he's a hard player. You know, he plays good outfield. You know, obviously, like we just saw right there, you know, he can swing it a little bit. You know, he's fun. You know, he'll hopefully be up this year, you know, to help us, you know, if need be. And, you know, I think he'll be able to be an asset.
With all the work you've had over the last couple of seasons, what have you done in the offseason to prepare yourself for another full season of being a guy in the eighth inning?
You know, it's honestly, it's just kind of the same routine every offseason. You know, we try to do, you know, a little bit of work to, you know, strengthen, and then, you know, once season comes and spring training comes, we start to do the maintenance portion of it. So that way, you know, we get enough strength to be able to throw as much as we have, and then maintain throughout the rest of the season.
Is Jabba Chamberlain a good teammate, or what do you think of him so far?
Oh, he's absolutely awesome. You know, he's a fun guy. You know, he keeps it light for us, but, you know, when it's time to do the job, he gets the job done, you know, and he goes about his business and, you know, the right way.
All right, see, I thought you got the glove to protect yourself from foul balls. Now I get it. Now I see why you got the glove.
Hey,
You're like
man.
a hockey goalie down there.
I came down here a couple weeks early to prepare for this. I'm good to go.
Yeah, welcome back.
I know, exactly. That's what they're all saying to me.
Yeah, today's the first day you actually dressed appropriately for doing an interview.
No
Yes.
kidding.
Yeah, I've been taking my time. All right, you know what? This is enough for Brian Shaw. Why don't we go back upstairs?
All right, that'll give you
Let's hang out and
time.
talk some more.
No, I don't.
You can't. It's raining down there in the first base dugout.
That'll give Andre a time to you know, change into yet another Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's shirt in his wardrobe.
Strive for greatness.
Hashtag.
You good?
I'm good.
All right, with one out, Roberto Perez awaits the pitch, and he cuts and misses. And that's the third strikeout for Chris Medlin, second of the inning. So for Medlin, it's truly been all or nothing. He's given up 3 solo homers. He struck out 3 hitters, and there are 2 down in the inning. Carlos Santana had a hit taken away from him thanks to the Royals' shift in the first inning. He gets a hanger, pops it to right field. and Fuentes makes the catch. So another home run for the Indians as Tyler Naquin goes deep. Andre Knott gets wet, and it's the Royals trailing it 3-0.
Hey, Ralph Punzel.
West of Goodyear, Arizona, you'll find the Grand Canyon. And back here in the valley, what would you call this? The West Valley, I suppose.
Oh, yes. Southwest.
It's a 3-0 Indians lead. First pitch into Alcides Escobar, who fouled out his only time up. And we're ready to head back downstairs to Andre Knott, who has regained his composure. He has changed shirts. He's all dried out. That's what, when you get the arid climate here in Arizona, if you get wet, it doesn't take long to dry off, does it?
No, it doesn't take long at all. As a matter of fact, I'm ready to go. Carlos, Cookie, talk about the difference in this camp and what you've gone through to get ready for this season. I know they slowed you down early in camp. Come on, you got to tough it up now. You got to sit here next to me. You know what's going on.
You know what? I think the big difference for last year, this year, and I think it's a little bit more in my mechanic that I've been doing last year. Just coming this year, just practice a little bit more, and that's what I've been doing in spring training and the game.
I know 2 starts ago you were worried about tipping pitches a little bit and you wanted to raise your arm a little bit. How much were you able to work on that, and did it make a difference in your mind?
You know what? The difference was on my arm. The different spot on my arm with my fastball, curveball, changeup, and a slider. But I'm available to work with that in spring training.
What's your confidence like now at this point in time after getting one in the neck? Tell you what, Jabba Chamberlain's going to fit right in, guys. I can tell you that. Go ahead and give the play-by-play here.
Lindor takes care of Escobar for out number 1.
Now, you talk about just your confidence and going through the season that you went through last season and what you were able to accomplish. How much does that help you when this whole team now relies on you to be a guy that's going to go out there and put up big innings?
The confidence right there, just building on. And 2 years ago, from when I was in the bullpen, and now last year, I just bring everything that I learned 2 years ago. That's what.
Andre, where's your glove? You had the glove before.
I got the Wild Thing jersey now.
Well, that's not working. Make an adjustment.
I got to protect me. I can't worry about Cookie at
See,
this
you got
point.
Trevor Bauer. You see Trevor Bauer's right between Carlos and Andre. He's hitting him from straight on. Jabba's over on the left flank.
Now, do you guys know who the real guy is? The real culprit of all this is?
Corey Kluber usually is somewhere.
He's right back
lurking.
He's lurking.
Don't worry.
He's like Batman. He's in the shadows. You don't really get to see him.
Yeah, he never gets in trouble for this. We never talk about it. He's the one that's hiding, doing all the bad stuff. That was a good one.
Well, the 1-1 is off the glove of Perez.
What have you learned from Corey Kluber so far?
Everything. Just throw water. You know what? Everything that he doing last year and this year, you know what? the different his mechanic and everything. You know what? I think the more important the comfort that he has another pitcher. So I think that's the more important.
Andre's got his white sleeve on.
My, look at that. There's a ball hit pretty well. Naquin on the move. Does he have room to get there? No. And that ball was gone off the bat of Mike Moustakas, so it's been all solo homers here this afternoon. 3 for the Indians. First one for the Moose, Mike Moustakas. And it's a 3-1 ball game here in inning number 3. Second homer of the spring for Moustakas.
Well, when we first started today, it was awfully breezy and windy in here. The wind has died down, but there's a fastball middle in that Moustakas was able to get the barrel head of the bat out in front, and that ball carries. It's one of those days. You'll see some home runs. So all the runs scored today, solo homers by both teams.
You could tell by Tyler Naquin's route to that ball. A, he's fighting the brutal sun and the cloudless sky. B, he's dealing with the breeze that may be pushing it a little farther than you're used to. And it's just a tough day for outfielders.
It's just, it's impossible here all spring.
Tough day for Andre Knott as well.
Yeah, welcome back, huh? It's good to be back. Hey, but they're talking about pitching here in Arizona. How much can you learn about yourself pitching with just how different the ball travels here in Arizona?
It's a way different. It's a way different in Florida and in here and then Cleveland. So, you know what, you have to with the to learn pitch with any situation, you know. And I think the more important, just stay focused on whatever you're doing, and that's what I'm trying to do right now.
How much do you work on your slider, and how much do you learn about your slider? Because the slider is an important pitch for you at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think from last year to this point right now, I just learn a little bit more to get control in my slider. So right now I can throw in any count. I use it in my last game. I throw a lot of slider, and they've been working pretty good.
Andre, ask him if he feels the slider breaks down here enough in Arizona in the dry air.
The guys upstairs want to know, does the slider break as much here with the dry air in Arizona, and how do you get a read on that?
You know what? I think I realized that. I just trying to throw my slider, just get him the top of the ball, and that's what it's doing. And that's what I hear in some couple guys. The ball that doesn't move in here, but you know what? I just trying to work to get to get it done, and to get the right delivery.
As you watch Danny right now, and Danny's kind of going through something you went through a couple of years ago, and last year he was able to establish himself. I know we've talked about this off camera, but just talk about that changeup and what he's been able to do to develop it and how great a pitch it is.
I think he's a great pitcher. You know, that changeup, he can throw any pitch and any count. Like, I think he throws a changeup right now, so he's the big pitcher. So he got it a good fastball, and he can come to with a changeup and 3-2 and strike him out. It's really good. And I know some couple guys are trying to learn that. It's really good.
1-1 pitch. Gordon checks, it's down and in.
As you watch this Royals team, and you know that they won the World Series, how much motivation is it for you guys to be able to be where they're at right now?
You know what? It's a lot. It's a lot. So they did 2 years ago, and last year. So we had we had the team, so we can do it this year too, and we got some good player, good rotation, good bullpen, so we can do it this year. So.
Well, on that note, I'll let you go dry up, and when you go back on the bus, why don't you bring me back some dry pants? How about that?
You know what? I forgot to bring my soap and shampoo to take a shower here.
I don't think his pants will fit you, Andre.
No, I don't think so. But didn't Manny Ramirez get away with wearing everybody's pants for a long time?
Yeah. up high, it's ball 4. So Salazar has given up a homer, a single, and now a walk. And still just 1 out in the inning. And Salvador Perez coming up, but Mickey Callaway's going to make a trip to the mound to talk with Salazar, who started this game with a brisk 1-2-3 first inning. And then in the second inning, labored a bit with a couple of hits allowed and a walk. And now here in the third, got a quick out off the bat of Escobar, but then a homer by Moustakas, single by Morales, and now the walk to Gordon. And already you see the pitch count mid-50s for Salazar. Rick, with just under 2 weeks to go till opening day, April 4th in Cleveland. You're starting to get those pitchers. You're trying to get them out to closer to 80 pitches and
Yeah.
You know, eventually you want to get them close to 100.
Yeah, you want them to 100 if they're going to go out there and start, but you don't want to see the 50 pitches. You're only in the third inning. He's really having to work after having a quick 1, 2, 3, like you said. He's labored the last couple innings, although he did have a double play ball that wasn't turned in the second, which had an impact where he had to throw quite a few more pitches. And right now, struggling here again in the third.
The pitch is in there for a strike.
That's what you have to establish. That number one. And every pitcher that they have, whether it's Kluber, whether it's Carrasco, whether it's Salazar, you have to establish your fastball first. Everything else revolves around that. Move it in, move it out. You know, establish it and throw it when you want to for strikes, and go to work with your off-speed stuff. You work that stuff in. He fell in love with that changeup to Decker, was it, back in the second inning, that kept the inning going. So, I mean, you got to get out there, and you get out of whack sometimes.
1-1 pitch, and Perez punches it into right field for a base hit. Morales comes around third. He holds as Marlon Byrd got off a perfect throw to the cutoff man. But the Royals, for the second time in as many innings, have now loaded the bases.
Well, second straight time that Perez has taken him the other way. This time it got a little more of the plate. He let it track deep in the zone, and he really fought off the first one. This was a good swing and just a nice piece of hitting by Salvador Perez to keep the inning going. They load the bases. Now you're just one pitch away from getting out of that inning if he can get himself a ground ball. And he was the one that was Orlando that hit that ground ball last time up to turn the double play that they did not.
Orlando awaits the pitch from Salazar. And a foul right back to the screen. Now, during the regular season, if you're a guy like Danny Salazar, this is a spot where you would love to get that strikeout. Obviously, you take a double play ball, but there are key situations when you've got strikeout stuff where you can go for a punch out.
Well, when you get ahead of them, you want to get that out. You want to make quality pitches, get ahead of them, and if you can put them away, you go right ahead.
It's not going to be playable. Santana gave it a long look, but it's about 5 rows deep.
Now you've got him down on the count 0-2. You've got a couple pitches to work with. You can look for a pitch where you can get a double play ball or swing and miss stuff. Whatever you want.
Mickey Callaway in front of Terry Francona. You get to this point in camp, and everybody is starting to get to that point where they've had enough. Let's put it that way. Fouled out of play. You know what I mean? You've kind of gone through these drills now since mid-February. The daily grind of it doesn't count, but we're getting ready. Everybody's kind of to that point where, you know, we need to change the pace.
They're
we'd like
bored.
to start playing for real.
And they want to play night games.
Yeah.
You know, forget the 1 o'clock games. And it happens every year, but you're here this long because of the pitchers. They're just starting to stretch them out to get them to go for the season. That's why the spring training is 6 weeks. It's the starting pitchers have to get stretched out to where they can go compete once the season starts. Yeah, I agree with Tito's, where I would like to see maybe a little expanded roster in April where you can keep a couple extra players as compared to September all the time when you can have 40 if you want.
Salazar's been unable to get Orlando with that 2-strike advantage he had. Now the count back to even.
Well, you see, coming through the second time, those are a couple of very good changeups from Salazar, but they laid off probably because they've seen it a couple times. And this is only the second time through the lineup.
Bounce to third. It's a foul ball. Not by much. He really got in. It looked like on Orlando, but he was still able to muscle that ball down the third base line, where Juan Uribe was waiting on it. Count stays 2-2. Uribe missed some time recently in camp. He had to return to the Dominican Republic. He's just had a difficult time with visa issues. But he's one of those players that Terry Francona told me earlier, he said, baseball players, unlike maybe other sports, come in all shapes and sizes, and you don't have to necessarily look like Adonis to be able to play this game. Uribe certainly keeps himself in terrific baseball shape, but he's a stocky guy. But he still gets it done. He swings the bat with authority. He plays a solid third base. Maybe doesn't have tremendous range, but at third base, we know it's not a range position. It's a reactionary position.
It truly is. It's a soft hands.
Wow.
Now, he's been pulling his fastball, and I don't know if he's not staying back enough.
From 0-2, though,
rushing.
To a bases loaded walk. And the Royals closed to within a run.
Again, it's a matter of confidence in throwing his fastball. That's his #1 pitch. If he can't get that pitch over consistently, he's gonna struggle and have issues. So after the home run, it was a single, a walk, a single, a walk. It's now a 3-2 game, and there's still bases loaded and just 1 out.
Raymond Fuentes swings at the first pitch and rips it into right field. Tying run scores in Gordon. Perez, the go-ahead run, will be waved around. He will score. All the way from first base, Orlando scores as the cutoff throw gets by Kipnis, and the Royals clear the bases. To wait and see how this one is ultimately scored.
Well, it'll be a base hit and an error. It should have scored too, but Bird, he coming in late in the camp, hasn't been through all the drills. He's not an exceptional outfielder anyway, but he gets over there, his footwork gets crossed up, he overruns the ball, and he couldn't make the play, and once it gets by him, the way that Orlando can score all the way from first. Salazar is going to be done for the afternoon. He's going to be leaving this, giving up 5 to this point, still with a runner on third base. So it's been 5 straight runs scored.
Looks like Austin Adams will be coming on for Cleveland. It's the Royals now leading it 5-3. Now Mickey Callaway giving Danny Salazar a pat on the back. Once one of those days. He started off very well, but struggled here to get through this third inning, and ultimately replaced now by Austin Adams. Hard throwing right-hander. But right now for Austin Adams, he's on the outside looking in, trying to make this club out of the bullpen, or so it would appear. And still, a lot of things could happen between now and the end of camp that could change the fortunes of a lot of players. First ball swinging. Naquin backs up to make the grab, but Decker gets the run home from third. And it's a 6-run third inning for Kansas City. All 6 runs charged to Salazar. For the moment, that's an unearned run. Austin Adams has a live arm, a very good fastball, but because of just the nature of his size, he's under 6 feet tall. He's got to work exceptionally hard to get that fastball down in the strike zone. And Terry Francona said the problem for a guy like him is his margin for error shrinks, because as hard as he throws, it's pretty straight, and if that fastball creeps up into the hitter's zone, they get a pretty good look at it, even as hard as he can deliver the baseball.
Well, we mentioned it's not as the speed that gets outs. It's the location, movement, the little things. He certainly has a quality arm, and you were talking about him maybe making this club out of spring training. You probably only leave camp with 7 bullpen guys, you know, out of camp, because they'll probably go with 5 outfielders, I would think.
The final roster decisions still very much up in the air, and some of it has to do with ultimately where Michael Brantley ends up. Does he end up on the roster? Does he end up on the DL? Does he end up on the roster, but maybe they sort of ease him in and out of the lineup early in the season?
Yeah.
A lot of variables to consider.
And there's a lot of time left. I mean, it seems like there's less than 2 weeks away, you know, so it'll be ready. I mean, some decisions still to be made.
There's Michael, who's done such a terrific job to get himself back, get himself ready, and he's very close. And nothing to say that he still won't make this ball club. Christian Colon with a high pop to left center field, and it's caught by Naquin to end the inning. The Royals send 9 to the plate. They score 6, and they've doubled up the Tribe middle of the 3rd.
This sports program.
Well, the best way to enjoy Indians baseball summer is by becoming a season ticket holder. You can choose from 8 different packages, and now with a 20-game plan, you'll get up to 12 games free when you buy 8. That's a 40% discount. So visit Indians.com season tickets for more details.
Well, we roll now to the bottom half of inning number 3 for the Indians. Francisco Lindor, Jason Kipnis, and Mike Napoli will be the batters. Lindor looks at ball 1. First time up, Lindor got a ball middle in and hammered it out of here. His first home run of the spring. The 1-1 pitch. And a chopper foul first base side. Terry Francona did tell us before the game today that the Indians have continued to talk to guys on the roster, and they made a couple of moves today. One of which of note, Michael Martinez, who did a very nice job late in the year last year in a utility role. They told him that he would not make the ball club, and so he's going to AAA. And I think he's the type of player, as Moustakas gives chase but can't get to it, that could be an asset at some point during the season. You know, whether it be if you have an injury or you're shorthanded for a period of time. Martinez showed last year, you know, he can fill a number of spots on a short-term basis. But right now, Jose Ramirez he's grabbed onto that role. He's the lead horse to be a utility man. And as Terry told me the other day, Rick, he doesn't have to play every day, but he said he's not going to sit for 2 weeks on my bench either.
Right. Terry knows enough. He's too young. He doesn't know the league yet. I mean, he has some talent. He was the everyday shortstop starting last year, but a guy that has to know the league, so he has to play.
I believe that's Ramirez talking to Martinez on the railing of the dugout. But Terry said, look, Jose's got a short swing. It's a low maintenance swing.
He's
so he
younger
said,
too.
I don't think he has to play every day, but he said, you know, I'm going to use him in a variety of roles, whether it's defensive replacement late in the game, whether it's spelling a guy in the infield here or there, whether it's pinch running.
Well, with the veterans you have here, you certainly do. You can use that late in the game. The unfortunate thing is he's set up to be a National League kind of player that can play every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
In some way, shape, and form. But we have the DH, but we have a lot of veterans on this team. He will get to see a lot more action than a normal American League club would, I would think.
Lindor putting up a quality at bat, down on the count, trying to roll one through the infield, but Colon gobbles it up, throws him out. 1 away. Jason Kipnis first time up. And he swats one out of here to straightaway center field, just above the yellow line. It's 4-10 to straightaway center.
Yeah, both those home runs off Medlin coming on fastballs. One inside to Lindor, who pulled it, and then Kipnis got a high fastball. It was middle of the plate. He went to straightaway center.
Bit outside.
That's what Medlin, as I mentioned, he's like a Josh Tomlin guy. He's not overpowering with his fastball. He has to command it. He'll sink it. He'll cut it. And the changeup is his bread and butter pitch, but he also has a nice curveball. So it's all a matter of these guys getting the ball down. You make mistakes, and they're going to be more susceptible to giving up the long ball. But for Medlin, he pitches in a nice yard in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
So that he'll benefit more in that ballpark than he will on the road, I would think.
And Kipnis takes a strike. It's 2-2. Kansas City lost to Johnny Cueto in the offseason after trading for him last year. Kipnis sends a fly ball to deep center, but back is Orlando, and fighting the sun, can't make the play. So Kipnis around second, going to keep running all the way to third base, and he's in there safely with one out here in the third inning. Another example of how difficult what would ordinarily be a routine fly ball can turn into trouble here in Arizona.
Yeah, there's the glove. He's got the sunglasses down. He's fighting it. He's fighting it. And that one looked like he might have had the glove gotten view of the ball on its way down. Because normally he might have been running it into the sun right there, and he just couldn't hang with it and catch it. Just that's a spring training hit right there. We've talked about it all spring, and it doesn't change. And it's been one of those springs here where we had in that first week, Matt, we had a few clouds.
Yeah,
for the most part, there hasn't been a whole lot of clouds out here. And in the last 2 days, it's gotten a lot windier than it has been all spring long. So that even makes it triply tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yesterday we had some clouds, but the wind blew the clouds right on out of here. And now today, breezy but clear. And now Mike Napoli trying to drive home Kipnis, and he does with an opposite field base hit.
Nice swing by Napoli right there.
Makes it a 6-4 ball game as Kipnis comes home. A dozen RBIs on the spring for Mike Napoli.
Boy, you'd love to see Mike keep that stroke all year long. You get a guy on third base. He gets a breaking ball, too. He doesn't try to pull it. He stayed back and might have been looking for something off speed to shoot it that way, but a big base hit and makes it a 6-4 ball game.
So Kipnis has already scored twice today. And now with Napoli at first and one out, Will Venable, the batter. And takes a called strike. You know, you talk about how many moving parts there are in a swing. And sometimes it's usually, especially for guys that have already gotten to this level, the major leagues, it's usually not a big overhaul of a swing, but a slight tweak here or there that can be the difference between being out of whack and being in sync. The other day, Venable had a good round of batting practice, and he was talking with Mike Barnett, who's video coordinator, but also will work with the hitters from time to time. And it was just a matter of him getting his foot down, his front foot down, get down on time, and everything just sort of fell into place. And it takes, though, Rick, I don't know, maybe it just takes a special eye to see that, and then you give that information to the hitter, and then they can make the adjustment.
Well, a lot of times you try to patrol yourself, and sometimes when you struggle, you just don't get there. But you need help. But with now the video, you got to go read. But anybody with it, when they have they lift that front foot, every time they struggle, I hear them say, I had to get my foot down a little quicker. You know, so that becomes a timing mechanism. Other guys use their hands as a timing mechanism. Some guys use their feet. And when you're using that leg kick, you put it up and down. You see he's barely lifting it. Now, sometimes you have a tendency to lift it a little bit higher. You don't get it down in time, and it slows your hands down. See how quick he got it up and down?
Yep.
That's what you have to do. When you're hitting and when you're feeling right, you don't think about it, and everything seems to be there.
Got him out front. Good breaking ball from Medlin. His fourth strikeout, and there are now 2 down here in the third inning. Well, it's going to bring up Marlon Byrd, who we've already talked about here this afternoon. Try to make this ball club. Byrd was originally drafted in 1999, and I told you at the outset of our telecast, made his debut in the 02 season. He's a former football player. I mean, coming out of high school, he was a very, very good football player. Went to Georgia Tech, but he had a calf injury that ended his football career, and nearly, at one point, as I understand the story, nearly cost him part of his leg. It was such a severe injury. There's a bloop hit's going to fall in. Napoli stops at second. And then Marlon Byrd with another hit. He swung the bat well. Maybe it doesn't matter sometimes if you get jammed a little bit, if you can find a soft place to settle.
Well, Chris Medlin made a good pitch. He ran the fastball up and in on Byrd there, and Byrd just fought it off. He just pushed it into right field and get a hit. That's a veteran hitter.
Go down to Andre. You and I both love the game of football, and Marlon Byrd, obviously, it was a great love of his many years ago.
Still loves it. Now, he told me the reason he quit. Now, you might have to go back. Now, Herschel Walker is who he said he grew up in Georgia wanting to be. Said he was recruited by Georgia. And the day that he went, they fired the head coach. His dad said, you can't go there. He said, I was done with football that day, and I became a baseball player. He met Herschel Walker for the first time just about 6 months ago, by the way, as well.
Wow. Herschel Walker was the man.
Yeah.
Back when I was in high school, I mean, he was just there. He was on a different level than everybody else.
Boys. Sure he was.
College football. I mean, think about it, Rick. He came to the Dallas Cowboys, and they ended up trading him to Minnesota for their entire draft, I think.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
What was it, 8 or 9 picks?
Whatever it was. That's how the Cowboys rebuilt themselves into a dynasty under Jimmy Johnson with all those Herschel Walker trade picks. Here's Juan Uribe, struck out his first time up. Uribe has always been touted as a good teammate, and I've already seen evidence of that. I mean, he has been accessible in the clubhouse to his teammates especially, and I think it's important too for a lot of the the younger Latin players. He's a guy with a wealth of experience, been the world champion, been at the top of the mountain. He's played a long time. And for a lot of these kids that come over here, we take it for granted. This is not their first language, and that can sometimes be tricky. And so for Uribe, sort of that older brother figure, he's been a big help to some of these young players already in camp. 5th strikeout for Chris Medlin. He's been sharp. The Indians have scored 4 off him, but they trail it by 2 after 3. Back here in Goodyear, Arizona. Spring training baseball. Royals, thanks to a 6-run 3rd inning, lead at 6-4. Austin Adams, who got out of the 3rd inning, retiring the only 2 batters he faced, will stay on the pitch here in the 4th. Top of the order, Alcides Escobar to lead it off for Kansas City.
Get a little timeout as Naquin goes out. The ball came onto the field. They'll flip it up to the seats.
And a strike is called. Escobar fouled out in the 1st. He grounded out in the 3rd.
Nice slider there by Adams.
And strike 3 called. Austin rings up Escobar. First strikeout of the game for Cleveland pitching.
Well, that's this Kansas City team. They don't strike out a lot. They don't walk a lot, but they put the ball in play and they make you work. And Salazar, who did not have a strikeout today, They hit the ball around pretty well, but that's their mentality. Different style team. They go up there swinging. They go up there to hit, and hit early in the count. They don't try to work pitchers. They try and hammer you out of the ball game.
And Moustakas takes a strike. That pitch grounded to Kipnis out on the outfield grass. And he'll throw him out 2 away. Well, sad news to report in the world of Major League Baseball, especially for the folks who are at least your age, my age, that grew up with Joe Garagiola on the NBC Game of the Week. He passed away today here in Arizona at the age of 90.
What a personality he was.
Yeah, he was just a true ambassador for the game of Major League Baseball for many, many years.
Worked on the Today Show for a number of years. Grew up on the same street as Yogi Berra.
His book, It's Anybody's Ball Game. It's one of, I think, he's written a number of books, but the one, It's Anybody's Ball Game, I recommend for anybody that's a fan of baseball. It's filled with so many great stories, and he talks about in that book how usually if you make it to the major leagues, you're the most famous person in your hometown.
Right.
He said at least you're the most famous person on your street where you lived. He goes, I wasn't even that because Yogi Berra grew up right across the street from me. But Garagiola had that sense of humor that carried him a long ways from St. Louis to the homes of hundreds of millions of Americans, whether it was through the Game of the Week or on the Today Show. He hosted the Johnny Carson show a few times as a guest host,
and lives out here in Phoenix. So you're right. It's a loss for the baseball community.
Swung out and missed as Morales cuts and misses. I worked with one of his sons, Steve Garagiola, for a short time in Cleveland. But yeah, Joe was he had a way of breaking down baseball to the everyman. He didn't overcomplicate it. When he was televising the games with Vin Scully on the Game of the Week, he simplified it for all of us. Right back to the mound. Adams works a 1-2-3 4th inning. He's retired all 5 that he has faced. But our thoughts and prayers with the Garagiola family on the passing of Joe Sr. at the age of 90.
$15 district tickets are going to be back this year. It's presented by Sports Time Ohio, and it's a standing room only ticket. It includes your first drink, and grab some friends. You can catch the game from the corner, the new drink rails in left field. That'll be a nice spot to check out a ball game. Go to Indians.com for the information.
Home half of the fourth, and Tyler Naquin going to lead it off for the Indians. He homered his first time up.
Boy, he smoked that ball to right center field.
You know, I was listening to Brian Shaw's comments earlier when he was on with Andre. And look, players are focusing on their individual jobs. They're not looking at the whole team the way maybe you and I are. But listening to Shaw when Andre asked him about Naquin, he said, I think he can help the club at some point. Basically, in his mind, he was saying he didn't think Tyler Naquin's going to make this ball.
He's going to make this.
I'll be surprised if he doesn't.
He's the only true center fielder. There's another one. See ya.
Ball is swatted.
Same spot.
See ya. Long gone for Naquin.
That's out of the ballpark. That one was out of the ballpark in center field. He is the only true center fielder the Indians have. And he can go get him. And I'll tell you what, he has put 2 beautiful swings on a baseball today. And that second one was a lot farther than the first. And the first one was gone. Another high fastball. Boy, he cranked it. That one was out of the ballpark. Even the back fence, Matt. Watch where it goes. It gets out of here. Oh, it hit the wall and came back in. Yeah.
Well, Rick,
I'm with you. If he doesn't make this club, I'd be shocked.
I know it was only batting practice, and I'm just giving you this because I saw it with my own eyes, and I thought, wow, that was kind of impressive. But one day during batting practice on one of the fields down below, he hit a ball to straightaway center field, and you know how they had a huge batter's eye? It cleared the batter's eye.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 400 feet to straightaway center, but what is that, another 30 feet high at least?
Yeah.
It went over
at
that.
least,
I mean, that's a poke. Wind or no wind, you hit it over that thing on the fly, that's a long way. Now, Tyler's not a huge guy.
He's a line drive hitter.
He can generate some pop.
Well, I'm not worried about him for home runs. First of all, he's got to make the team.
Sure.
Second of all, I want to see him run down the ball in center field because he looks like he's going to be a fun guy to watch play center field. And he has the best arm on the team. And then third, let's go. If he can hit and stay healthy, he can certainly help this ball club out a lot. And that's the one thing that we want to see.
Well, like Terry said, learning to play center field in the big leagues, this is a tough place to learn it against hitters because the way the ball carries out here, the tough sky, as Perez is called out on strikes. But I think the key for Naquin is learning the big league hitters, how they react, and what guys can drive the ball over your head, knowing when to give a step, take a step, shade a hitter, that type of thing, which that'll happen. That'll happen with coaches who help you on the field. We've seen that in the past. Let's get down to Andre, who has more on Tyler Naquin.
Rick hit on the main thing, and when you talk to him and you talk to people, it's health. Can he stay healthy? If you look at his last 2 seasons, he had a concussion, running the ball down in the outfield, and he told me at the beginning of camp, he goes, I just want to show these guys up here in the big league club what I can do day in and day out. He goes, we've given glimpses. And I know a lot of people talk about his hitting. And Rick, I'll go along with what you said. Everyone here knows he can play defense. And he is the only center fielder at this point in time. And he just told me, he goes, look, if I can play every day, he goes, I can prove to these guys that I can defend for them. And he goes, and I'll do whatever I have to do with the bat. But if he makes the team, and I think he's going to make the team, you put him at the bottom of the lineup, and do you really worry about his offense early on, guys?
No. You take the pressure off him, and Terry knows that. This kid, he is going to be fine. He's put a really nice swings on the baseball today, but he can go get them. And you know what? The only way you can learn the hitters in this league is playing out there every day. Situations, and you watch as he gets around this Kansas City team who we play 19 times, the White Sox. Those are the things. He'll learn those hitters in a hurry.
Well, you're a guy that likes center fielders that play a little shallow, don't you?
Well, I do, but you know what? Here in the big leagues, I liked it playing shallow, but guys are bigger, stronger now, and the ball carries a little bit more than what it did. And in the smaller ballparks with his arm, he should play a little deeper. And then once he gets to know the league, he can cheat in a little bit more on certain hitters. Yes, but that's all a matter of getting games under your belt.
Well, go ahead, Matt.
I'm glad you brought up the thing about him staying healthy, because I think guys can develop a bad rap at some time. I think some of that is we're not talking about a hangnail that kept him out of line. He had a concussion. He got hit by a pitch and broke his hand. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, those weren't his fault. I totally agree with you that. And the way he carries himself. Now, the only question I've had to Tito, and he kind of went back and forth on this. How many at-bats do you need in AAA to be ready to be a big leaguer? Now, it's different for every guy, right? Because we were having this conversation a year ago about Francisco Lindor.
That's true. It's a matter of at-bats in the minor leagues before you get up to the big leagues. That's all, and it's knowing yourself. But Naquin, the reason why people are saying he's hurt or he hasn't been healthy, he's a #1 draft pick, and people expect more from him because he was given some money. So you got to produce. He's got that pressure, and he seems to be ready. He came here early. He worked hard. He's got his legs in shape. He's ready to go. I think it could be a very special year for him.
It could be a fun outfield, guys. If you think of him, and if Chisenhall can play defense the way he did last year, and you get Brantley back, they could be fun to watch run down some balls out there.
Hey, Andre, check out this shift with Santana here. I've never seen him pull this far over on the left side, but they've got Escobar. He's in the hole. Moustakas is on the line, and now the second baseman, Colon, is just over onto the shortstop side of the bag. So big hole on the left side. They're really playing him to pull it hard.
Well, this is Dunsing on the mound, who was with Minnesota, I believe. Right. So, he may be a lot of breaking balls going to be down and in, so he's going to pull it on the ground.
Well, we're going to talk to Mike Sarbaugh about this because he does the infield, and they move around guys left and right. And I know you were here. I don't know if you were here Saturday when the Cubs came here. They had a weird shift, too, where they almost had 3 guys on the left-hand side against the right-handed bat. It was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, we see that more and more every year.
And it's going to continue.
Oh, you're right, it is.
Because all you have to do is look at the computer printout, the analytics that show you if a guy's going to hit the ball on the ground, we'll take his last 500 balls he's hit on the ground. Where's he hit them? Well, that's a pretty good indicator of where he's going to hit it if he hits it on the ground.
I got a question for you guys after this pitch because of that.
Right up the middle.
But that's where the second baseman is.
And Colon throws him out, 2 down.
What do you got?
I had a scout tell me, and you guys tell me if you agree. And I'm going to ask both of you guys that this may help a guy that may not be, let's say like Francisco Lindor is a shortstop. Let's say you're a slow-legged second baseman or shortstop. This may help you if you have a bat that you can play in the big leagues now with the way they push people around. He said he doesn't know that's going to happen with every team. He goes, but certain teams that really believe in these shifts, he thinks that they'll scout and they'll maybe make a guy a shortstop that's not truly a shortstop on some other franchises.
Never thought about it that way.
You understand where I'm going with it, though? Where a guy maybe not.
You mean if
athletic?
they position themselves perfectly?
Right.
Well, it was always said when Cal Ripken was a shortstop, he didn't have the range. You never saw him dive for a ball because he played his positioning, so well. He was just in the right spot at the right time. That all stems from the pitcher. You got to have the pitchers do that if you're going to play a guy with less range. I'll tell you that. Give me the guys with speed.
Pulled foul.
Now, this is a big deal for Lindor because he hasn't had a lot of bats right-handed. I know we don't talk about this a lot in spring training, but he hasn't faced a lot of lefties so far. So much so that they had to make him go down to a minor league game last week just to see a left-handed pitcher.
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's the way it goes. He'll get your work in. I'm sure he sees it in the cages. Not that it's the same, but he'll have his work in there.
Up the middle. Is it cut off? Yes, it is. And Escobar with a spinning throw on the money.
Big play right there.
That was terrific, and that ends the inning. But the Indians get a run back. Another solo homer by Tyler Naquin. 6-5 Kansas City.
For a limited time, you
Kansas City as we head now to the 5th inning. And Kyle Crockett, left-hander, now on to pitch for the Indians. 31 appearances last year, an ERA just over 4 for Crockett, who had, as in the words of Terry Francona, an up and down kind of year, and he's had an up and down kind of spring so far. There have been times where he's gone out, he's pitched very well. There's been times where he's missed with his location and he's been knocked around, and that's what happened to him a season ago. And here's a young man who really hadn't experienced much in the way of failure,
because he was rushed to the big leagues
at the professional level, and all of a sudden last year I think he was searching, trying to find a way to make that adjustment.
Well, that's the key to the game. As a young pitcher, he's going to have to make adjustments. But the key, when he first came up, he was throwing strikes, he was pitching ahead in the count, and he got easy outs. When he pitches behind in the count, he doesn't have the stuff to come back and try and get the hitters. He's not overpowering.
Let's go down to Andre Knott, who's now joined in the dugout by Indians third base coach Mike Sarbaugh.
Mike, you are the third base coach, but you also work with the infielders. Last inning, we were looking at a shift. Talk about the differences in shifts and how you guys kind of set them up now.
Well, we do. You can look into the spray charts. We go over a lot of video, and we try to determine where we want to put our guys and best chances to get that ground ball. So there's a lot that goes into it. I know last year when we were playing Moustakas early in the year, it made some adjustments, so we had to make some adjustments. And then as the season went along, he went back to more of a pull hitter. So you're going to make some adjustments throughout the year.
Talking about a guy like Moustakas, because I remember the changes. What goes into making that change? Because I think the first series played him to pull, and then it was like the second or third series, it kind of went back to normal. What made you guys open your eyes and say, okay, one way or the other, how to defend him?
Well, we saw that he was making a conscious effort to try and go the other way, and he was having a lot of success. So we thought, hey, we're going to have to, make those adjustments so we can, maybe make that adjustment with him. And then as the season went along, I thought, he started feeling a little bit better, and it looked like he was trying to drive the ball a little more and kind of went back to his old habits.
Now, I know early in games, early in the spring, you were going down with the guys, still doing infield practice, things like that. How much have you had to work with Uribe, maybe taking throws at different places, and then even putting Lindor on the other side of the bag?
Yeah, well, we try to do that in our drills. We try to, we'll put guys into shifts and try to put them in positions that we're going to be in. Like today, we're shifting 3 different guys. So, we try to do that as much as we can to get guys comfortable and try to learn Juan, too. Try to talk to him as much and try to see where, where some of the things that he would like to do to get ready for the season.
What you guys may not know up in the press box up there is that Sarby was lined up with all the coaches, and Tito and Mickey and all those guys. They were ready to go. Atch had stuff. They're mad that he's down here with me because
I knew something was going on. I said, and then when they said to come on down here, I was like relieved because I could see Tito was getting ready.
Yeah, Tito was ready. He looked at me and gave me one of those looks like I did something to him. I don't know exactly. so when you get back down there, tell him no offense, but we needed you up here.
Hey, all I can say is thank you. You saved me.
Oh, you remember that. Speaking of saved, you've had this flu. Or what do you want to call what it is? It's respiratory for some guys. What the heck is going on around here?
Well, they've been calling it the SARB because they think I've been spreading it around. But yeah, it's gone through the camp. It's been tough the last 10 days, 2 weeks. So hopefully that off day helped yesterday and get us back on our feet.
A couple of other things. I'll let you get out of here. The middle infield defense. Defense obviously changed when Lindor came up and Urshela came up last year. Just looking at this infield and just working with those guys, what do you see in the difference in maybe the second year for Lindor?
Well, I think the one thing, he's a lot more comfortable, working with Kip for that last half of the season, and those guys working together, and then having Gio here, and then bringing in guys like Juan and Napoli at first, and having that veteran presence to mix in. Those guys have been great. They've worked hard, and they've been on some really good clubs. They've seen some good things happen in the game over the years, and so hopefully they can give that to some of our younger players.
See, you can get a quick inning for you. Look at that. Thank you very much, Mike.
Thanks, Ray.
Mike hits a mean fungo. He runs a tough infield drill. No easy rollers for those guys in the morning workouts. Good inning for Kyle Crockett. Indians trail it by a run.
Hey, Ralph.
Well, kids tickets start at just $10 for kids 12 and under with the purchase of an adult ticket. And the tickets are located out on the family deck out of Progressive Field, home to the expanded kids clubhouse. And they are only available at Indians.com.
Wade Davis, the new Kansas City Royals closer, will come on to pitch here in the home half of the fifth. Last year appeared in 69 games. He won 8. He saved 17 out of 18. And eventually took over that role. And you feel bad for Greg Holland, who had to have elbow surgery. But this guy, when it was all said and done, had clearly become the best option for Ned Yost.
Well, if you remember, they had to wait, until Holland was pretty much done in September, had to go on the shelf. They didn't want to take the closer role away from him when they had this guy who they knew was much better. But look at those numbers. I mean, extraordinaire. A 17-3 record, and rarely did he ever give up a run. He's got an explosive fastball that gets up to about 97. A terrific cutter that he cuts in at about 93. And he's got a curveball that he rarely throws, and the control is impeccable. Doesn't give up many hits and barely gives up a run, and he keeps the ball in the ballpark. But this guy came out of nowhere.
Remember, he used to have that big back bend, or bend at the waist. There's a high pop into center field. Orlando calls for it, makes the catch. One away.
Well, I remember he used to be the starter when they got him from Atlanta. Or Tampa, right. He came over and he was starting and struggled.
Remember, both he and James Shields had that over-exaggerated, deep bend at the waist. And Davis did it even when he was working out of the bullpen when he made the conversion. But I notice now he's just coming from the straight-up set
short,
position.
Compact, and going straight to the plate. But, boy, he went into the bullpen a lot like what they did with Luke Hochevar, who'll be back. And he'll be a part of that bullpen that people forgot because he was coming off arm surgery the year before. So, again, Kansas City's going to have a really strong bullpen.
I'm thinking Davis probably only does that maneuver when there's a runner on first base.
Yeah.
The deep bend.
Well, it makes sense.
Little timing mechanism, able to look the runner back over there. We'll have to wait and see. This is popped back out of play.
You got to get a base runner first.
Good luck, right? What was the average against last year? $148? That's better than I thought it would be.
Well, he had a string there for a while, and I don't remember how many games he pitched where he didn't give up a run, and it was going almost for the whole year. The Indians had a chance. They had a man on third and less than 2 outs. They had a chance to score on him, and they couldn't. So, yeah, they threw him out at the plate.
Yeah, fly ball out and then doubled him up on the throw to the plate. Well, it's definitely a luxury that's not lost on Ned Yost when you go from a terrific closer in Greg Holland to have one in waiting like Wade Davis. Foul back, and don't forget that the Royals lost Ryan Madsen, who had developed into a very good setup guy, but then they went out and reacquired Joakim Soria, who at one time was Kansas City's closer years ago. So now he goes into that setup sort of role. They still have Luke Hochevar. And, of course, Calvin Herrera's, well, he's the setup guy. But you always have guys that kind of have to bridge that gap.
Sure you do. But the key is going to be their starting pitching. Will the starters complement that bullpen and give them some innings to where they don't have to go out there and pitch 4 innings a night? But their bullpen is intact. It is strong. Nowadays with what they're starting to pay relievers, it's hard to keep a bullpen when they all pitch well, just like Kansas City did last year.
Perez pops one to center. Orlando again fighting the sun. He makes the grab. 2 down. And we'll bring up Will Venable. Brian Dunsing, who we saw come on in the 4th inning, left-hander, trying to make this ball club for Kansas City. He was a minor league invite. Chin-Ming Wong, who, remember, years ago pitched well for the Yankees. He was a minor league invite for the Royals and Ken.
And he was throwing 4 or 5 miles an hour faster this year than what he did. He was with 2 or 3 teams last year, I think, at the AAA level, and had an ERA well inflated over 5. But this spring, now, I don't know if it's just because it's spring or whatever, but he was throwing much harder than what he did last year in minor league games.
Another addition that Kansas City made that could help them is Ian Kennedy.
Well, they gave him a lot of money, so he better help. Think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, he went out there and then he should give him some innings because the last 3 or 4 years he's been, a pretty solid contributor. But when you got to go from that National League coming over to the American League when the DH is in this league, I think it's a little tougher to pitch than in the American League. But we'll see. So we'll get our good look at them. Kansas City comes to Cleveland 2 times before we even visit Kansas City. We don't go to Kansas City to mid-June. Then we go June 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Venable went too far, full count.
And they come into Cleveland in early May, the 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then we got a 4-game series, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and 5th of June.
Imagine those games will all be sold out at Kauffman this year.
And we end the year in Kansas City.
3-2 pitch. Venable takes outside, ball 4, and a 2-out base runner.
That's a rarity, too.
So here's a look at what Kansas City has done, some of what they've done in the offseason. You see the losses on the right. Now, Zobrist, and Cueto were midseason acquisitions, but they played huge roles for that club down the stretch and into the playoffs. So, you have to look at how and if they can replace those players.
Well, Rios was a nice addition for him. He got sick, remember, last year, but he's unsigned. He's not with anybody that I know of now, right? He's still unsigned.
So Davis, with a runner on base, does go back to that deep bend at the waist and gives him an opportunity to check that runner. Marlon Byrd struck out on the first, singled to right in the third. Watch Davis. Oh, there's the quick feet. And he fires to keep Venable close at first. It's a 1-run game. Something you only see in spring training is closers almost never work the 9th inning. Managers want to bring their closers into a situation when there are still a lot of the big league hitters in the game.
You're facing,
Venable goes. Throw by Perez in plenty of time, and he got him with ease.
From his knees.
That will end the 5th. As Venable is caught trying to get into scoring position in a 1-run game. LeBron James and the Cavaliers are back on the court tonight at the Q against the Milwaukee Bucks. Fred, AC, and Allie bring you all the action from downtown Cleveland at 7 on the home of the Cavs, Fox Sports Ohio. Kyle Crockett worked the 1-2-3 fifth inning, stays on to pitch here in the 6th with the left-handed hitting Raymond Fuentes due up to lead off.
Had a nice quick inning, did Crockett. And that's what you want to see from him. At least Tito does.
Squaring the bunt was Fuentes. Uribe was charging hard at third. Santana was coming in at first. Uribe will now stay in on the grass. Santana retreats to a normal position. Figuring Fuentes not going to drag bunt, but try to push it toward third. This time he swings, bloops one to left. Coming in is Joey Butler, and he makes the basket catch. Route number 1. Butler just into the ball game. And also a couple of new guys on the infield. The Keystone combo is now Gonzalez and Martinez at short and at second base. Michael Martinez coming in to take over for Jason Kipnis. And Eric Gonzalez takes over for Francisco Lindor at the shortstop position. Here is Cody Decker, who walked in the second, fly to center, back in the third. That's actually one. Uribe at third. There's Joey Butler in left field. Now, Butler's a guy we mentioned before. He broke up Carlos Carrasco's no-hit bid with 2 outs in the 9th inning down at St. Pete last year, as Uribe fields this cleanly with the good hands and makes a good throw for out number 2. But he's done a nice job swinging the bat. And, obviously an athletic guy and in the outfield. And depending on how things shape up as we go down the stretch and how they want the final roster to look and whether or not Brantley's in or whether he's out, could go a long way to determining whether or not Butler has a chance to make this club. Terry Francona's going to make a pitching change with
nice
2 outs.
Nice job by Crockett
here in the 6th inning. Crockett 5 up, 5 down. Very good outing for the left-hander. Jeff Manship's coming on when we come back.
Tribetown MVPs is the official kids fan club of the Indians, and it's designed for kids ages 6 to 14. Memberships are $20. It includes invitations to exclusive events and cool tribe gear. Visit Tribetown MVPs for more information.
Christian Colon is 0 for 2. He's flied to right, flied to center. Right-hander Jeff Manship coming on with 2 down in the 6th inning. And the pitch in there for a strike. The count 1-2. Manship did a fantastic job last year for the Tribe. And Terry Francona said he's been a different pitcher in spring training this year because he hasn't been pitching for his life. He knows he's on the ball club. It's just a matter of trying to get sharp and get ready. Well, he made quick work of Cologne. 1, 2, 3, go the Royals.
On the baseball field, I'm feeling.
Our next television game comes your way Friday afternoon. We'll take a little road trip when the Indians play the Arizona Diamondbacks over at Talking Stick. Corey Kluber makes the start for Cleveland. Shelby Miller, newly acquired in the offseason, goes for Arizona. We'll have the first pitch for you at 4 o'clock Eastern Time on the home of the Tribe, Sports Time, Ohio. Luke Hochevar is the new pitcher for Kansas City, and I believe they've got a new player everywhere on the diamond except for behind home plate.
Can believe that. A little different now down here. This time it's a 3-hour difference back home as compared to 2 the last time we were bringing you baseball.
Marlon Byrd goes after the first pitch and fouls it back out of play. Marlon Byrd struck out on the first. He singled in the third. And a foul right back. Luke Hochevar, former #1 pick of the Royals, didn't make it as a starter, but transition to the bullpen, became a terrific setup man, and had the elbow injury. But the Royals are counting heavily on him to come back and reclaim one of those key roles in the bullpen. And the 0-2. Bird went after it, and he is a strikeout victim. 7th strikeout for Kansas City pitching this afternoon. 1 away.
There's a great slider. This guy is coming back. He has awesome stuff. Yeah, if you remember, he was the first pick of all of baseball in 2006.
Juan Uribe has struck out twice this afternoon. And he takes low ball 1. And misfires again. 2 balls, no strikes. Uribe with a line drive, base hit in the left field. Juan just celebrated his 37th birthday yesterday. He got a base hit with 1 out here in the 6th inning. Terrence Gore is now in left field. Raymond Fuentes goes from right over to center. And now Logan Moon is in right field. Schwindel at first, Mondesi at second, Barmes at short, Merrifield at third, with the remaining starter Perez in the game behind home plate. Fuentes started the game but has moved over to center field. The Royals are a ball club that has really built itself from the inside out, which most of the small to mid-market teams, like Cleveland, you have to do it that way. You can't go out and just try to rebuild through free agency. It's just
a couple of great trades.
Not feasible.
And they had some young players coming up together on draft picks. Like Hochshaver, and you get Hosmer, and over at third base, you get Moustakas, guys that come up. Of course, they got Escobar in that Greinke trade to go along with Kane. You know, so a couple of good deals, and it's worked out well for him.
Tyler Naquin, homegrown product for the Indians, trying to make it to the big leagues for the first time, trying to break camp with the club. It's the first time he's been in camp this long in the big leagues.
He's swung the bat beautifully.
He's 3 for 3, and he's got another extra base knock as he'll go for 2. He pulls in with a double, and Uribe stops at third. Well, Tyler Naquin, who Terry Francona said last week, it seems like he's had 2 hits in every game we've played. Well, he's got 3 this afternoon.
And picked on a hanging breaking ball. He stayed back nicely on this ball and hits a line drive. He has 10 total bases in his 3 at-bats, a couple of home runs, and now a double. So they kept him in there to get that 3rd at-bat, and I'm sure they're glad they did.
Organizationally, it's one thing if privately you say we'd like to see this guy go out and win the job. It's quite another thing when you don't have enough options and you just have to give a guy a job. Tyler Naquin's done everything to go out and earn his position.
Yes, he has. Yeah, he's making their decision awfully tough to say, hey, we got to send you back down to AAA.
Perez hangs one up the middle. That'll score. Uribe with a tying run. Naquin with the go-ahead run comes home as well. And Roberto Perez delivers with a 2-run single here in the 6th. And the Indians go in front 7-6.
There you go. 3 straight hits. Perez not wasting any time. Hits it right back up the middle. So the next thing you know, the Indians will retake the lead 7-6.
And remember, this is off Luke Hochshaver, one of the top relievers in that Royal pen. 3 straight 1-out hits, a single, a double, and another single. Now Carlos Santana 0 for 3. Santana came in hitting .353 on the spring.
Ice cold beer and water here. Ice cold beer, ice cold water.
Fouled out of play. And you know, this is another reason, though, you may, as fans, always hear managers tell you we don't look at spring training numbers. And there's a reason. One, the stats don't matter. They don't have any bearing really on anything of importance other than, you know, just to get a gauge of what's happening. But also the limited number of at bats. For example, Santana hitting .353 on the surface sounds really impressive. But when you consider that's 34 at bats, that's not even a full week of action in the big leagues. He takes a called 3rd strike for out number 2. Now We'll see Joey Butler get his first at bat of the afternoon.
They still have a lot of outfielders in camp. And as Terry was talking about in his press conference this morning, you have to get guys at bats, to make decisions because of the, you're exactly what you're talking about. A guy, everyday players getting 30 at bats. But Butler's a guy that, for him, he's got to hit. He's not a good defensive outfielder. So if he's going to make this team, it has to be offensively. And Terry said the tough thing to do is when a guy gets hot, they want to keep him in there. But when you have so many outfielders, it's tough to do that every day.
And believe me, I'm sure all of those guys, particularly the ones who are sort of on the fringe with this club, when they saw Marlon Byrd get signed this late in camp, they probably had a collective, uh-oh.
Yeah, it's an eye-opener, no question. Because, deals like that usually don't happen in the spring. Oh. He must have got time out.
I guess he did. That was weird.
You didn't see the home plate umpire's hands go up. I saw second base.
Yeah.
I saw
Jim Wolf.
Yeah, Jim Wolf put his hands up. So
Roberto Perez, the runner at first base. Indians now in front. Butler fouls it out of play. Butler, quiet guy from Mississippi. Been at it a long time, though. I mean, you have to admire somebody who's put in the work year after year in the minor leagues, looking for that opportunity, rarely given that chance. Last year, finally got an opportunity to play at the big league level under Kevin Cash in Tampa, and did a nice job with that chance. Rolls this one to short. Barmes will go the long way to first, and that'll end the inning. But the Indians string together 3 straight hits off Hochevar. They score a pair and take the lead 7-6. Seven 6 now. Cleveland in front. And we go to the 7th inning. Jeff Manship got the final out of the 6th. He'll stay on to pitch. And leading it off for Kansas City is going to be Clint Barmes. And we're going to send it downstairs to Andre Knott, who's standing by with Carlos Santana.
Carlos, tough at bat to wrap the day up. But how's the spring gone for you so far? The numbers look to be where you want them to be.
I mean, it's great. It's great, especially like the team and see like we have a lot of energy and be ready to the season.
Yeah. Oh, well, this is a rope down the left field line here. Foul.
It's a foul ball. Yeah.
For you, you see Mike Napoli come in, you see him sign in the offseason. What's your initial reaction when you see that, knowing that he's probably going to play the position that you played last season or two?
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. So if something happening and I cannot control, I mean, like, for me, and I'm be ready. You know, I'm be ready with the season. So Napoli, he's a good player, and you know, I want to win. So and we see what happened with the season, and we're ready.
One thing you always told me is you come to every day to play, and you know that the manager knows that. How important was that, and how tough was that for you last season when you were dealing with a back injury that we didn't talk about a lot, but I know you were dealing with most of the season?
I mean, that's fine. So I know a little hurt last year, but this is what I'm preparing in the off season. So right now, I'll be okay. I'll be fine. I'm healthy, and we see. So I mean, everything that's fine now, and I'm 100%, and I'm wait to the season come.
Did you learn anything about yourself as a hitter dealing with the back injury? Because at the end of the year, you still had the same power numbers, maybe not as high as the year before, but did you learn about yourself in dealing with what you dealt with?
I mean, you know, every year we have to learn, especially like this year. This is a new year, and I'm taking more experience, and this happened with the baseball. So, I mean, I got to learn a lot and how to hit and play baseball. I mean,
heads up.
Boy, good moves.
Look at Andre. That was the ugly fighter coming right at you.
Carlos.
Oh, don't you? I saw you bail down there.
I cannot catch the ball. I don't have gloves.
Neither can Andre.
Neither can I. Yeah, you got to protect me. Where's the catcher's gear at?
Let's take another look.
Look at he blocked. Andre looked like he was going for a rebound.
They're making fun of me. Don't worry.
I promise if I have the glove and I try to catch.
You would have the glove. All right, well, we're going to get a glove next time you sit with me. Last thing, you worked out with some special guys this offseason. Tell everybody who you worked out with and how much that helped your confidence.
I mean, right now I'm confident. I'm working hard every day in the offseason. So, I mean, we wait to the season and see. You know, like I mean, and see what happened. But the very important, and I'm preparing for this year, and I see with the team, like we have a lot of energy, and I know we have a lot of competition, but no matter what. So we play hard every game to game, and see what happens this year.
We appreciate the time. Thank you for staying a little bit later. And next time, bring a glove.
Okay, so I'm promising.
All right, back up to you guys.
All right, I think he was working out with Miguel Cabrera and company. Carlos putting in a lot of hard work in the off season, and you know what? Hey,
well, it's an important year for Santana when you think about it.
Sure, it's an important year, but I mean, give him credit for coming on to do that interview. It's not easy, as I've explained before. I mean, regardless of how many years a guy's played professional baseball, it's not your native language, and you try, you do your best, but not easy to sit there.
He speaks Andreism. I mean, he knows enough of that, so he can get away with it.
They understand each other. That's all that matters.
They're on the same plane. That's perfect.
Well, Jeff Manship, by the way, has struck out all three batters that he has faced since coming into the game. Frank Schwindel clobbers one down the left field line. This one is fair. Just inside the chalk is Butler to try to dig it out. And Schwindel has a 2-out double. But I mentioned it right before we went to break last inning because he only faced the one hitter. But in spring trainings past, in particular last year, that looked like it was right on the chalk. You know, Jeff Manship came to spring training from day one ready to pitch because he had to in order to try and make the club.
Fighting for his life, right.
So this year a little bit different. People look at the ERA and say, oh, man, has something happened to Manship? As he was last year a flash in the pan or a mirage? You know, it's just different. He's able to just kind of come in confidently, work on what he needs to get ready for the season, and doesn't have to go out there and impress every single time out.
Well, I certainly don't expect to see the numbers he put up last year repeated again because his numbers were so outrageous. You know, very few hits in the number of innings pitched that he had, an ERA of under 1. And it was a remarkable season for him. And I mean, and he ended up being a very important part of that bullpen for Terry Francona. And he could be very much the same way this year and even work himself deeper into the game if he continues to pitch like he did last year.
Well, among Indians pitchers in the history of the organization who appeared in at least 30 games,
right.
Nobody had an ERA better than Manship.
I know. That's the scary thing.
But, you know, it's not going to go to his head because he's worked a long time. He's paid his dues. And he's very grateful for the opportunity that they gave him last year. And he told me earlier this spring, look, if I have the same role I had last year, fine. If they want to give me a different role, you know, if I have a more important role, that's fine too.
They're all important, though. That's the thing. It doesn't matter. Just because you know, they push you back. His role is going to be an important role to get outs when he's out there. He made an adjustment. His
ball gets away. Moore's got the runner hung up, going to third. And Schwindel is erased. He made that fatal mistake that a base runner sometimes make. He hesitated.
Yeah.
He got himself into no man's land and then just had to take off for third. And Moore threw him out. And that will end the inning. Seven-6. That young lady to the right looks like she's out cold.
That's what the sun will do. Either that or some of those soft drinks she was drinking.
Here's Michael Martinez leading off for Cleveland. Bottom of the seventh, they lead it by a run. New pitcher is Chien-Ming Wang. Talked about him earlier. Came to camp on a minor league invitation. Last year in the minor leagues, the numbers were not pretty. He hadn't pitched in the big league since 2013, and Martinez bounces one to short right through the wickets of Clint Barnes. And the Indians get their leadoff man aboard on the air.
Just came up a little too quick on the baseball. He was right there, a routine play. And that's Wong. He's a ground ball pitcher. And you stay down, and he just brings it up. That glove comes up a little too quickly. Gets into the outfield. That'll be an error.
Jose Ramirez taking over for Mike Napoli. Talked about Ramirez earlier in our telecast. He'll look to fill that utility role for the Indians this year.
I wouldn't be surprised to see some action rolling around here with these guys coming up to the plate with Ramirez up there. You got Martinez on first base. Little speed. Indians with a one-run lead. You want to try and add on here, even in spring training.
Plus, it's a chance for him to practice what you expect him to do during the season.
Well, that's what you want to see. Start your runner. Key is put the ball in play. Ramirez swings. This is a guy that you can start runners. The Indians don't have a lot of hitters to hit and run. Or at least they haven't in the past. And they have a team where you don't want to make a lot of outs on the bases. So you have certain guys that you can do it with, and this is the time to practice it. And Terry, it didn't take him long. Started the runner. Just the right situation to do it. And even if you may not do it during the year, you want to see what they can do here in spring training.
That'll be a 4-6-3 double play.
As I said, Long's a ground ball pitcher, and once you get that ground ball, they turn it nicely out there. So Long picks up his defense, gets the ground ball double play.
Tony Cruz came into the ball game after coming over in a trade with St. Louis.
Well, he won't get a lot of playing time in Kansas City, but he may get more than some of the guys did last year. You know, when you have Salvador Perez behind the plate, he's going to get the bulk of all the action, and he'll play against the tough pitchers and on Sundays or day games after night games.
Bouncing ball. The second baseman, Mondesi, off balance throw on the money. 7 on the books. Cleveland 7, Kansas City 6.
Hey, Ralph Punzel.
Telecast is presented by authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. Cleveland on top 7-6. We head to the 8th inning, and Cody Allen will come on to pitch now for the Tribe.
Well, this is a nice situation because, as you mentioned, a lot of the closers come in earlier in the ball game. Allen has an opportunity here, even though it's only the 8th inning, but there's still a 1-run lead. So there's a little more of that feeling like it is during the baseball season.
2 years ago, Cody Allen took over the closer's role, notched 24 saves. Last year, he improved upon that with 34 saves. Almost the exact same number of innings pitched, despite pitching in 6 fewer games last year. That tells you something about the multi-inning saves that he racked up more than anybody else in baseball.
And that's not an easy thing to do when you're a closer. I think he had the most multi-inning saves in the American League. And that's not a small task for a closer to do. But, you know, we talk about Brian Shaw and all of his appearances, and he's the setup man for Cody. Cody's right there with him when it comes to appearances. These guys are workhorses, and they're not afraid. They don't shy away from the work, and, you know, if Terry needs them, they're ready to go.
Cody had a major league best 7 multi-inning saves last year, and those didn't happen just by pure happenstance. as Cruz was no match for Cody Allen. Those were games in which Cody said, and Terry confirmed to me that, you know, he would go to Cody and say, hey, if we need you tonight for more than 3 outs, what do you think? And Cody would say, yeah, I can do that tonight, or there might be a night where he comes to him and says, you know what, I'm not feeling that great tonight. Or if Terry knows he's used him a couple of times, he would 2 out of 3, he would just know, not tonight. But if he hadn't pitched maybe in a couple of days because of the circumstances, he knew that on that, if he needed him for 4 or 5 outs, he could go to him.
You know what? I like that because, you know, you're trying to win, you know, and, you know, you can go out there in the 8th and throw 8, 9 pitches, you know, and who's to say go on back out there and you can go through another inning. And we've watched Cody go out there sometimes and throw 25, 30 pitches and then he can't get through it. So obviously you wouldn't use him 2 innings that time. But there's times where you have an opportunity to use him, and he doesn't shy away from it. So you like that. You're trying to win the ball game. You know, Torrey used to do that with Rivera. You know, you look at it, and Bobby Cox used to do that with his closers. And if you really need a win and you're getting down to it, you don't shy away from using that closer for more than 3 outs. Who's to say that he can only get 3 outs in a game?
The other thing, too, with regards to a closer, is it sort of has almost this macho kind of, I'm going to go out there and just shut you down. I'm going to embarrass you, make you look bad. And people maybe get too caught up into how many strikeouts does your closer have. Is it a quick 1, 2, 3 inning? At the end of the day, it just matters. Did you get the S next to your name, and did the team win the game? And Cody told me the one thing he learned last year, because remember, Rick, he got off to a rocky start.
Yeah, right.
He got off to a rocky start after the All-Star break, and he said in both of those instances, what I figured out was I was trying to make the perfect pitch instead of letting the defense work behind me. And he said, and in trying to execute that perfect pitch, I'm falling behind in counts. And when you're behind in counts, then things tend to go haywire for you, regardless of whether you're a closer or a starter. So he said, I've got to just be in that aggressive mindset from pitch 1.
And his stuff is good enough to certainly do that. You know, but the fastball, curveball, he also has the changeup. And you know what? He's still young into that. You said 2 years ago he took over as the closer. Yeah. He's still learning, you know, on the job, too. But he's got a great makeup.
He ends up walking Logan with 1 out. Logan Moon takes the walk. And Raymond Fuentes, the only starter still in the ballgame. He's 2 for 3. He drove in the Royals' last 2 runs. That came in a 6-run 3rd inning. And fouls this one up the 3rd baseline. Cody Allen. Aguilar holding the runner. Moon at first base. And up and away with it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner goes, and on the hit and run, tries to find the hole. What a barehanded grab by Gonzalez, but he won't get the out.
Nice stride.
But still, by keeping it on the infield, Moon can't go to 3rd base, which had it gotten by Gonzalez, I think Moon would have been able to go all the way to 3rd.
But that's the key of a hit and run right there, is that when you get the pitch, you just hit it on the ground. Your job is to try and get that guy to 2nd base and into scoring position. So the shortstop vacated his position. He hit it right off the end of the bat, but it was in the right spot. He gets an infield single, and you're right, Gonzalez did a nice job just to catch the ball, not even do anything, but he kept the runner at 2nd base. So they have the tying run out there in scoring position.
Curveball up and in to Cody Decker, the DH who stays in the game. Decker walked in the 2nd. He is flat out grounded out since then. A little bit low. Swung on and missed. Blew it by him.
Well, there you had it. 2-0 count. He throws his pitch, the fastball, throws it right by him upstairs.
A little bit low, and it's 3-1. That time, an elevated fastball, belt high, but just above the belt. Just a one notch higher than a hitter can really get to it.
Well, a young hitter, and hitters, you know, they're geared for that fastball, and hitters counts to, you know, 3-1, 2-0. He gets it, and you could elevate it a little bit, and they can't catch up to it, especially as hard as Cody throws. But it's got to be elevated.
High pop, foul. Might be playable. Aguilar into foul territory. Makes the catch near the railing.
Pretty good play.
And the runners have to hold. 2 down.
You know, you get over there, and again, he's dealing with the stands coming into play, and you can't really take your eye off of it here in this sky with the glasses down. You got to keep your eye on it, and you know you're close to the fence. You just sort of feel for it. But he made the catch. 2 outs now.
You know, Cody Allen, not only has he developed into a closer, but his story in and of itself is pretty impressive when you consider that he was the first player in 22 years to be drafted at least 20 rounds or higher and make his major league debut the very next season.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen.
You never know.
Usually if you're drafted in the 20th round or later, there's a reason. You're a project. You're somebody who's we'll take a flyer on this guy. But Cody Allen proved quickly that he was a force to be reckoned with. With 2 down and 2 on, Raul Mondesi, one of the top prospects, many feel the top prospect currently in the Royals organization. He's a shortstop by trade, in there at second base. He was on the World Series roster for Kansas City a year ago. Swinging a foul back. And remember, you know, when his dad burst onto the scene back in 1994, a lot of people thought he was going to be the next great player in baseball. And while certainly he was with, you know, coming up with the Dodgers, people feel like this kid has a chance to be even better. But Raul Sr. was built like almost like a linebacker.
Yeah,
you know, he was a big guy.
Yep. He had, you know, they considered him almost like a 5-tool player.
Yeah.
Could run, had a great arm, hit for power.
Junior is built more like Alcides Escobar.
Yeah.
The current Royals shortstop. Swung on and missed. It's in the dirt, but held on to by Adam Moore. The inning is over. A couple of strikeouts for Cody Allen. Kansas City strands a pair, and the Indians lead it by a run.
When your car needs maintenance.
Bruce Drennan is back and ready to talk to you about today's game and everything else happening in our sports world. Drennan Live takes over the airwaves right after the ball game here on Sports Time Ohio.
It seems like months ago when Bruce was out here.
Yeah.
You know, early in camp.
Well, it was a month ago.
Yeah, but it seems a lot longer than that. But we'll be home, return soon to see him and the rest of the gang back in Ohio.
Well, it's one-time Indian David Huff on the hill for Kansas City. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Tribe up a run. He'll be facing Robbie Grossman, Gio Urshela, and Colin Cowgill. Upstairs, ball one. Robbie Grossman. And a liner caught it short by Barmes for out number one. You know, Rick, the one question I guess I would have if I was just going to try and objectively look at Kansas City and try to get a read on what you could expect from them this year. First, my thought is they're the team to beat. They have the trophy. Somebody's got to take it away from them. Otherwise, I don't care. They're still the team to beat, even if they lost their entire roster from a year ago.
That's true. I agree with that.
But having said that, I just wonder, Ned Yost has this challenge ahead of him. Over the last 2 years, his team has played in 31 postseason games. Does all of those extra high-pressure moments and games and innings take its toll at some point on those core guys like Perez, who's caught, I think, every inning of those postseason games, a Hosmer, a Moustakas?
Well,
I don't know.
Who knows? All I know is they've been to the World Series the last 2 years. And does it, I mean, it's a very meaningful and impactful innings when you get into October. It could, but you know what? These guys know they've been through it before, and they're, you know what? You never count them out because they're a good team, period.
People may have wondered that same question about the Yankees, but they're the last team to win back-to-back championships. They won 3 in a row, 98, 99, and 2000. Of course, the Royals, had they won the World Series 2 years ago, would be trying to make it 3 in a row.
Right.
But they came up short in 2014, won it all last year.
I'll tell you what, you're going to have to beat them. And that's the one thing where the Indians have to improve is play better in their own division. You remember last year they had a losing record against every team in the division. So they're going to have to, out of those 19 times they played Kansas City, they're going to have to go get it.
David Huff kicks, deals, and Cowgill looks at the ball outside.
You don't count out Minnesota. You don't count out anybody.
Oh, I think top to bottom, it's the most competitive division in baseball.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing wrong with it. It's going to be very competitive.
Cowgill swings and misses. I mean, remember, a year ago, nobody outside the Twin Cities was even thinking Minnesota had a chance, and yet they were right there in the mix most of the season.
Well, they came down to the last week having a chance at the wild card. The second wild card, they sure did.
Wow, close pitch, and Cowgill takes for ball 4. A 2-out base runner for Adam Moore. Last year, Kansas City took over first place on June the 8th and rolled to the Central Division title with a final record of 95-67. And I think that speaks to how much confidence they gained from the year before, because the year before they only won 89 games. They got in as the wild card team, but and then survived that epic game against Oakland.
Games in the playoffs.
Yep. I know I counted them out in that wild card game against Oakland 2 years ago. I turned the game off. This is over.
Down 4 runs, and what they do against Houston this year? They were on the brink of elimination. And what do? They come right back and answer it. So, no. Don't ever sell that team short.
Remember the game they had against David Price? Price was completely shutting them down, overpowering them. One little bloop falls in right field, and the next thing you know, I think they'd scored 4 straight runs. He's out of the game. They took the lead and never looked back. Kind of ironic, though, that they opened the season against the New York Mets, the team they beat to win the World Series.
And that schedule was made out well before the season was over. It was made in July.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually they are. Yeah. They're not announced till maybe August or something. But you couldn't script it any better, could you?
Pretty cool.
I know it is.
Maybe not so much for the Mets.
Well, why not? It's cool because the Mets are there. They wanted probably a little revenge if they can. Because I'm sure they're going to show them the banner on the first game of the year.
They're going to have to see all the bells and whistles.
Sure they will.
All the trimmings.
And, it's going to be like rubbing it in their face, but they'll have a little revenge factor, I'm sure.
As they say, to the victor go the spoils.
Yeah.
Kansas City, live it up. Why not?
Well, exactly.
They waited, what was it, 30 years?
Yeah, 85.
1-2 pitch. And a bouncing ball in the hole and perfectly placed by Adam Moore. And Cowgill stops at second base. And I know for Indians fans who are listening saying 30 years. Hey, remember how long it's been for us. But the 30 years between championships was truly a barren wasteland for Kansas City baseball.
Yeah.
They didn't even have, I don't think they had a single playoff appearance in that time. They might only had one 500 or better season.
It was a lot like the Pirates.
Yeah.
Those two teams were, in about the same boat.
I mean, I know every team, every organization, every fan base, you want to win it all. But at least the Indians have had some memorable seasons. They've, you've had some fun along the way. But at some point, you certainly would hope that World Championship trophy.
Well, when you get there, you have to take it home. And even though Kansas City didn't in their first year because they lost to the Giants, they were fortunate enough to get back there. And it's almost like you said, it gave them a boost of confidence. And they kept those same players together. And they were able to go out and repeat what they did the year before and get there, and they won it the next year. Rarely do you get there back-to-back years, let alone get a chance to win it 2 straight.
The 1-1. I told you last year, and I think it wasn't done to be disrespectful towards Kansas City, but most of the national forecasters overlooked the Royals last year because it's so hard to get back once you get to the World Series. And I think they had looked at them and said because they lost it, they won't be able to repeat. And Kansas City took that personally. Their players, their coaches, manager.
Yeah, they fed off.
Yes, they did. Aguilar grounds out to end the inning. And we'll go to the ninth with the Indians leading it by a run. The famous Bell Rock. Is that Sedona?
Yeah, that's out in Sedona. Cathedral Rock, Bell Rock out there where you can go have some fun in the Red Rock of Sedona.
Indians leading it by a run here in Goodyear as we go to the ninth. Last chance for Kansas City. But the Indians cashed in early with the long ball off Chris Medlin. Francisco Lindor went deep. Next man up, Jason Kipnis, follows with a blast to center.
Yeah, it was a good day for the Indians. And then Tyler Naquin, he added a couple by himself, too. So the Indians with 4 homers today.
Zach McAllister will try to close this game out in the ninth. He's got the top of the order: Clint Barmas, Whit Merrifield, and Frank Schwindel. Barmas swings, fouls it right back off the mask of Adam Moore. Clint Barmas struck out his only time up. McAllister only working in his 4th game on the spring. He, as I mentioned before, he was knocked for a loop by the vicious flu bug that had swept through the clubhouse.
Wasn't he the first one to get it for the most part?
I think he might have been, and he told me today that he said, I'm still not feeling 100%.
You know,
still
they've had,
right.
this has been one state where it has crippled over the course of the winter, you know, as far as the flu goes.
Yeah.
Yes, Arizona has been one that it's gotten to everybody, it seems like. Of course, except me.
Well, it's almost like what's happened to the Indians, almost like what happens in an elementary school level, you know, or one kid gets it.
Well, it happened to the Royals last year. What happened to them with Rios and those guys? They got it. Was it the chicken pox or something that went on?
Yeah, that was more of a viral strain. Yeah, you're right.
But a few of them got it. They had to quarantine a couple of guys to get them out of there.
Well, Andre Knott is
he should be. He's been out here.
He's a specialist of sorts.
He's just sick, period.
Well, you know I'm not a doctor, so we can start right there with everything else.
Yeah, that's true.
You're a doctor the same way that Dr. Dre is a doctor.
There you go. There you go. I'm trying to get some new headphones. But, you know, there's a high pollen count around here because it's been a flu for some guys, but some guys it's been more of a respiratory problem. You know, when we were talking to Sarbaugh and other guys like that, they've had, you know, the congestion and not being able to get it down. I know Mickey Callaway left early the other day. Jason Perez left early today. So it's not just the players, it's the coaches as well at this point in time.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, if you missed it, Yan Gomes went home early today. And Zach McAllister Making quick work of the Royals so far. 2 up, 2 down, 1 to go here in the ninth, trying to preserve a 1-run lead.
Well, they haven't had any water out here most of the winter, ever since January, and it's a high pollen count. No, and that's an El Nino year where you get more water. Like California's gotten a lot of it, but Arizona, the desert, hasn't gotten it. Some of the Southwest, back in New Mexico and Texas, they've received it, but Arizona has not.
Well, especially here in the valley. Now, maybe up north.
They've had a lot of snow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been totally different, but not down here.
McAllister, good breaking ball. That could be a difference maker for him.
That's going to be a huge difference maker if he can throw a breaking ball for a strike or take him off his fastball. He could be an elite, a bullpen guy if that happens. No question.
Fastball pulled foul.
Still.
And the count 0-2. Well, 1 strike away here in the ninth in Goodyear. Indians will open the regular season at home on Monday, April 4th against the Boston Red Sox. They'll fare a sold-out house in Cleveland. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball jammed him, rolls it to first, and that will do it. It's a 1-2-3 ninth inning for Zach McAllister, who notches the save as the Indians hold on to beat Kansas City by a final score of 7-6. And the Indians have their 11th win of the spring. They are now 11-10 with a couple of ties. Kansas City falls to 11-14 in Cactus League play. Big story of this game was, as we mentioned before, the solo homer power of the Indians. Lindor, Kipnis, 2 by Tyler Naquin, and a clutch 2-run single by Roberto Perez that put the Indians ahead, plating both Juan Uribe and Tyler Naquin in that 6th inning. Naquin finishing with 3 hits and 3 runs scored on the afternoon. And really solid relief pitching today by the Indians. Austin Adams, Kyle Crockett, Jeff Manship, Cody Allen, Zach McAllister. They combined for 6 2/3 scoreless innings of relief.
Yeah, it was a good game. They came out, and then Kansas City came back and scored a 6-pack back in the 3rd inning and punched them, in the gut. They bounced right back and continued to score.
So a beautiful day in Goodyear comes to a close. We'll have some final thoughts right after this.